Renault Group's CEO search, BYD's boat banks in Brazil, and examining Norway's new EV market. This is the Automotive Update, presented by AutoVista24. I'm AutoVista24 editor Tom Geggus, here with the latest edition of the Automotive Update. I'm going to take you through the last 7 days of headlines from AutoVista24 and the wider automotive industry. First up, Renault Group is searching for a new CEO after Luca de Meo confirmed he is stepping down following 5 years in the role. He said that we have a strong team and an agile organisation. We also have a strategic plan ready for the next generation of products. This is why I've decided it is time for me to hand over the baton. I'm leaving a transformed company poised for the future to apply my experience to other sectors and embark on new adventures. So, who could take the top spot at Renault Group? Well, Reuters reports that Dacia's CEO, Denis Levu, is a strong contender, alongside Maxime Paquet, the Chief Purchasing and Supplier Quality Officer at Stellantis. The Financial Times drew attention to two additional names. The first, Philippe Krief, Renault Group's CTO and Alpine CEO. Second, Thierry Piéton, Chief Executive President and CFO at medical device maker Medtronic. With de Meo's departure scheduled in for the 15th of July, all eyes will be on Renault Group for confirmation of who will be next in the driver's seat. Late last month, BYD Shenzhen, the world's largest car-carrying ship, arrived in Brazil. The brand from China is looking to make its mark on the market early with its affordable vehicles. This was BYD's fourth ship to dock in the country this year. Reuters calculates that means roughly 22,000 vehicles have now been dropped off in the country by the carmaker. With Brazil still in the early stages of the transition to green mobility, getting in now could prove enormously advantageous. However, Reuters reports that some Brazilian automotive industry officials and labour leaders are concerned about the potential tidal wave of cars coming in from BYD and other car makers. The fear here is that local car makers would struggle to keep up, hurting domestic production and jobs. In response, these industry voices are calling for the acceleration of a plan to raise Brazil's EV tariff import rate from 10% to 35%. For many Chinese brands, exporting is the most logical move as their domestic market becomes increasingly saturated, fueling a price war that continues to erode margins. Furthermore, at least 6 cities and municipalities in China have now suspended trade-in subsidies for car buyers, according to Reuters. Some of these authorities are pointing to funds running out, while others said the suspension was due to adjustments to improve capital efficiency. Norway has become renowned for its exceptionally high battery electric vehicle, or BEV, adoption rate. But how has it managed to achieve this? AutoVista24 journalist Tom Hooker analysed the market in depth this week and joins us now. Hi Tom.
Hey Tom, excited to dive into this one.
So first off Tom, how has Norway's market been performing so far this year?
It's been performing very well. New EV deliveries in the first 4 months of the year increased by 34.4% compared to the same period in 2024, with BEVs improving by 32.2%. It is important to note, though, that all-electric vehicles dominate the EV market in Norway. They've made up 96.3% of plug-in registrations from January to April.
And how does Norway compare to other European countries?
Well, it stacks up pretty strongly against its neighbours, but also against the biggest European markets. If we look back to 2024, EVs in Norway took a 91.7% share. In comparison, Sweden and Denmark recorded EV shares of 58.4% and 54.9% in 2024. Then, out of Europe's big 5 new car markets, the UK had the highest market hold of 28.1%. Neither Denmark nor Sweden is expected to reach an EV share comparable to Norway until 2031, while the UK is not forecast to meet this performance until 2032.
Okay, so how did Norway end up having such a high EV market share?
So if we go back a bit further to 2015, EVs made up nearly half of total volumes in 2018 and represented almost 3/4 of overall deliveries in 2020. Since then, Norway's EV market share has continued to grow. However, this has been at a slower pace. The reason behind this is a dramatic drop in PHEV market share. It's gone from a 21.6% hold in 2021 to 2.7% in 2024. Meanwhile, BEVs surged from a 64.5% share in 2021 to last year's 89% hold.
And is this momentum expected to continue for the next few years?
It certainly is, Tom. The EV share is expected to reach 97.9% at the end of this year, with BEVs alone capturing a 96.7% hold. Now, by 2027, BEVs are forecast to take complete control of Norway's new car market.
And is there anything helping to motivate customers into buying BEVs?
There is indeed. While there's no actual purchase subsidies available, there are a few tax incentives in place. This includes full exemptions from the carbon dioxide and nitrogen oxide components of the registration tax, annual circulation tax, and a 20% reduction in company car tax. Drivers who own a new or used BEV, which has not been previously registered in the country, do not have to pay for Norway's 25% vehicle VAT if the price is below 500,000 Norwegian krones or 43,643 euros. Residents in apartment buildings can also ask for the installation of a personal EV charging point. Furthermore, Norway's charging infrastructure has been given a boost from incentives, including legislation that new parking lots must dedicate at least 6% of spaces to EVs.
Very interesting stuff. Thanks for the rundown, Tom. Now, if you want to find out more about Norway's EV market, then be sure to read Tom's feature on autovista24.com. Just head to the show notes and click the article link. And make sure you sign up for our email. That way you'll get the latest news directly to your inbox. And check out Autovista24's YouTube channel as well. There you'll find our What Is Explainer videos, launch report series, and webinar recordings. Finally, we want to know what you think of Autovista24. So to give us your thoughts, just click the link to our latest survey right now. Some car makers confirmed changes to their powertrain plans this week. Audi's CEO Godot Dolner confirmed that the brand will not phase out the production of cars powered by internal combustion engines, or ICE, by 2033, as reported by Autocar. The VW subsidiary was scheduled to end the manufacturing of these models next year. Ferrari has delayed plans for its second BEV, which was due in 2026. The model can now be expected in 2028. Reuters reports that this is due to a lack of demand for high-performance EVs. According to Automotive, BMW is considering offering extended-range electric vehicles, or EREVs. These models can be charged externally, but they also feature a combustion engine, which helps power the electric drive, instead of directly powering the wheels. This week has seen several major recalls from car makers. In France, 82,000 Citroën C3 and DS3 vehicles are being taken off the roads due to faulty Takata airbags. Models produced between 2014 and 2019 are part of the Stop Drive recall, Reuters reported. Ford has halted the deliveries of its Mustang Mach-E due to a door latch defect, Electrive reported. This could prevent the doors from locking or unlocking correctly. The default affects 316 units globally from model years 2021 to 2025. A software fix is expected in the third quarter. Honda is recalling over 259,000 vehicles in the US because of a faulty brake pedal, Reuters reports. The issue can mean the pedal shifts out of position, potentially hindering braking. Just how much have US import tariffs cost car makers? Hildegard Müller, president of Germany's automotive body, the VDA, outlined expectations to the Funke Media Group. She said that, "We have roughly estimated that German manufacturers probably incurred additional costs of around €500 million in their export business from Germany to the US in April." If you would like to explore today's stories in more depth, head to the show notes and click the link to our companion article on Autovista24. A big thanks to Autovista 24 journalist Tom Hooker for appearing in and co-producing this episode. Additional thanks go to Phil Curry. The music was Better Find a Solution Fast by Richard Ames. Thank you for listening to the Autovista 24 podcast.